Okay, we're in business with this 2006 Cub Cadet RZT. I had just picked this up yesterday for $50 from a scrapper's about 55 miles away, round trip. I picked this up in a regular Bolens pusher. So what I did today is yanked out the pressure washer, my Honda Ryobi, and blasted the hell out of this thing. Took off both covers on each side. This whole area was filled with hay and grass. This thing had never been cleaned before. So I pressure washed the heck out of it, threw the battery in it, started up quite easily. I discovered how the unit was locking up as far as it's supposed to roll in neutral. They have a lever you can disengage the hydrostatic transmission. So I had done that when I went to pick it up, and it wouldn't come out of gear, and I had to load it on the trailer with it in gear, so it was dragging. What I found is the parking brake had locked up. There's a bracket under here with some pawls, and I sprayed it with moose piss to break it free. If I can get the camera under here, I don't know if I can or not, but I'll show you. Right up here in this area where the emergency brake lever moves this linkage onto a group of pawls, and it locks or unlocks the transmission. Well, that linkage on both sides was rusty, so I sprayed the dickens out of it and tapped it lightly with a hammer on each side to get it to break free. Up in this area right here. I know it's not focusing well, but that's how I rectified that situation. So now it rolls with those two disconnect linkages. I was able to roll it freely. So we got one other issue, and I will explain. The gentleman that donated this to the scrapper had an issue with getting it off the trailer. The scrapper said he had to really work this pump on this side to get it to engage. Not engaging. So I'm assuming the hydrostatic fluid is low on this pump. There's two individual pumps, one left, one right. Just looking at the condition of the unit, I don't think it's been serviced or taken care of very well. So I'm guessing the pump on the left side is low on fluid. It's whining like a power steering pump would if it was low on fluid. You get that whiny pump sound. So each pump has its own breather on each side, and this is also the way to fill this. I have to do some more research and figure out how to service these things. It's not something I work on all the time, so I'm learning as I move forward. But this is the breather tube and the fill tube. So I'm going to search out some hydrostatic fluid from maybe a local mower shop and add some to this left side and see if it stops that pump whining. I had to really jiggle it to get it to engage, so I'm guessing it's an issue of low fluid. So all in all, I'm kind of happy with this thing. It started. Just have that one hydrostatic pump issue. The hours are not reading. I don't know if the hour meter's broken or disconnected. Nothing showed up for the engine hours on this thing. So like I said, heavy pressure washing to get this thing cleaned up. This one is showing some rust on this deck. There's some rust through, and that's attributed to all the hay and whatnot that was left on the deck. It just keeps the moisture against the metal, and you got rust through. This spindle on this side's been replaced. The other two are the original spindles. You can tell by how shiny the metal is and the new paint on the black pulley there. So somebody's done a little bit of work to this, but not very much. All 4 tires, I put air in them. They seem to be holding tire pressure, so a little bit of maintenance with this thing, and I think it'll be a good seller for what I paid for it, $50. So as long as we can get this hydrostatic pump on the left side operative, we'll be good to go. If not, that's going to be a costly part to replace or repair. Okay, kids and cadets, this is the second update on the RZT Cub Cadet. It's a 2006 model year. Fair condition. We'll plow forward with this project. As always, I appreciate you coming out, checking out my channel.